Hey guys, Classy Gengar here, and ignore all this. It's early in the morning, and here with me is my kid. And today we are battling Teslamouse for week 7 of the NPCC. Looking at his team, it is kind of intimidating. But I decided to leave Porygon Z because he didn't have any immunities to my Breakneck Blitz, so decided whatever. And I saw immediately that he's probably going to want a Volt Switch, so someone is going to get wrecked. So he does go for the Volt Switch. This is going to be post-com, by the way, if you haven't noticed. No, it's not exactly what I wanted to do. It goes into Doom Manta. I assume this thing is very specially defensive. And, you know, I kind of wish I would have just went for Discharge. Or Thunderbolt. But anyways, so this is gonna do a huge amount of damage, all things considering that it's, you know, bulky. It does about 90%, I'd say. This is about 80% after leftovers. So I'm like, okay, well, I have Tri-Attack. It'll definitely take this thing out, and it'll do a lot of damage to whatever wants to come in. So he does actually swap, and he goes into maximum 6 Calm Killer. And I get the Tri-Attack off, and he gets paralyzed. I'm like, well, that's great, unless he's Guts. He probably has the Mach Punch, so I risked it. I thought about it, actually, for a long time, but decided to just go for it, and I just Hyper Beam, take this thing out. I did some pretty decent damage to a lot of his, you know, to his bulky Pokemon, and so he does go into Landorus. Intimidate doesn't matter. And he's just going to be able to take me out with the Earthquake. Now, I do have a very good answer to Landorus, actually. I have a Cloyster with Ice Shard and Shell Smash. I mean, I know he's probably going to need to switch because I am Focus Sash, and if he stays in, he's going down. So I'm just going to go for the Shell Smash here. He is actually going to go into Suicune, which is kind of annoying. This thing's relatively, he's the physical wall of my opponent's team, but I am going to be able to get a Rock Blast off and kind of judge, see how much damage that is going to do. Alright, so wait till the game catches up to me. So I'll go for Rock Blast, and I mean, +2, it's not stab, but you know, it looked like it might. It's a 3-hit KO after all things said and done, but he just roars me out here, which is actually fine. It keeps my Sash intact, and it makes me bring up Metagross. He's another physical attacker. I mean, I kind of probably should have brought something besides Metagross, but I just traded for him, so I wanted to use him. So I'm just going for the Zone Headbutt here. Maybe I get a flinch, and that does heaps. It just scalds me. No burn, which is fantastic, and I get a little bit of leftovers recovery. I do think he's going to want to swap here. Maybe not. I can't remember off the top of my head. We had this battle a couple days. He does swap, alright. And he goes into Doom Manta. He just sacks this thing. This thing does not want to take its in headbutt from Metagross. He's just pretty much doing it to get that free swap. Hey, buddy. Okay. Yeah, you're on camera. So I get a little bit more leftovers recovery. I mean, and then he goes into his Landorus here, which is actually kind of scary. This thing hits really hard. I think he's gonna take me out here with one Earthquake, which I thought maybe, since I thought this was my more my HP invested one, but I'm not 100% sure. So that maybe I could take just one, but I just kind of go into Mimikyu here. No rhyme or reason why. Actually, I probably could have went back into Cloyster, but I kind of figured that would bait in the Suicune again, and I didn't want to get burnt or anything. No, I don't. No burns, not today. So I get the +2 Mimikyu, and He just goes for the Clear Smog. That did pretty good damage. And it just breaks my Sturdy and removes my +2, which is fine. Mimikyu didn't really do a whole lot in this battle. Like, he couldn't. It was just too many things that really limited him. Like, he got outsped by Landorus and other stuff. So he actually just goes for the Giga Drain here, which is interesting. I figured he'd go for Spore. I also had a weakness, and I did not want to bring in my my Cloyster on this because I didn't want to take a Giga Drain or get spored. I get a crit here, which is nice, and then he does put me to sleep, which is kind of a bummer. But it is what it is. I'm pretty much at this point gonna let Mimikyu go down. Hopefully wake up and get some good damage off. So I'm not in a terrible spot here. If Mimikyu goes down and he doesn't set up on me, I'm happy pretty much. He gets another Giga Drain off. It doesn't really give him that much HP, it seems like. If I could wake up, get another Shadow Claw off, I gotta be golden. Yes, I would. So I do wake up here. I am gonna get a Shadow Claw off. Almost takes it out, and he's gonna get the Giga Drain. I survive it, and he's actually gonna survive this next Shadow Claw here, which actually kind of messes me. Like, I think that was a low roll that he survived this, but like it looked really close. Like, come on, that's like 1 HP. 1 HP. So, I go down. That's fine. Mushroom Man is probably going down. I mean, anything I have can take this thing out. If it wants to switch out, like, I could handle it, right? So I do go into Cloyster, and I'm just going to, pretty sure I just Ice Shot here. Like, there's no reason not to. Icicle Spirit, no, I'll go for that, in case he brings it his Landers. That was actually smarter. I don't know why I would have said Ice Shard. I mean, I obviously outspeed. So that thing goes down. He goes into Watt Fox here. I'm under the impression that he's choiced in some way. I figure he's gonna go for Volt Switch. So I swap into Rhyperior here, and it's a clean swap. Volt Switch doesn't affect me. I am just going to go for my Stealth Rocks. And it's a little late game. I think maybe if I would have went for Rock Blast here, I could have won. I would have won because I would have done enough damage to take him out. But he goes for the Earthquake. It does right at half, and after leftovers, I'm pretty confident I can survive another one. I mean, that did exactly half, so. And Rock Blast, even though I only get 3 hits, still, even at -1, does pretty decent damage with these neutral hits. Like, he's not having leftovers or anything, so it's like a 3-hit kill, 3-hit KO, or it would definitely get him in range of my Cloyster. So he goes for his Swords Dance. I don't really know why. Cloyster, I think, could one-shot from right here with Ice Shard. Especially after taking all this damage. I would have just went for the Earthquake. But, I mean, still would have been a 3-hit KO. Whatever. So he gets the Earthquake off. I'm obviously going down. There's no way I could survive a +2 Earthquake. Which is fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna bring in Cloyster. And I could have just set up right here, but I didn't want to risk anything. I didn't want to risk his Suicune surviving. So he goes on a Watt Fox, and I know he's gonna want a Volt Switch. Like, I know he's going to. So I'm actually just going to go for the Shell Smash right here. It's the only way I could take out his Suicune. Rocks puts him in range for Rock Blast to KO him. So that's actually... So things are looking pretty good for me. things are looking pretty good. I'm at +2. Rock Blast will be able to take out Suicune, especially if I get a crit. I mean, things are looking not too shabby for me. And then I go for Rock Blast, and it misses. Like, are you serious? That just lost me the game. So, that's pretty much it for this battle, guys. I have Toxapex left. Like, obviously I can 1v1 Suicune, no problem. But I can't 1v1 Jolteon, even if I was full special defense wall with Assault Vest. There's no way, I mean, I'd be able to take on that. So that kind of sucked, because I would have brought in Jolteon, and I would have easily been able to outspeed Icicle Spear, take him out. It would have been easy. But, I'm not going to narrate the last little bit of this battle. It's pretty much over. He scalds me a few more times. I go for Sludge Wave a few times. He finally goes down. He brings in Watt Fox, and Watt Fox takes me out with one Thunderbolt. So that's pretty much it, guys. Check out all the links in the description below. I'll have my opponent's battle. His channel will be linked there as well. Is that entertaining to watch, Papa? And there's other links down below you guys should check out too. But that's it for me, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for watching this.